All right, guys, welcome back to another portal update. We'll start off with the obvious. Cam Ward and DJU were both on campus this week. They weren't really on campus at the same time. Cam Ward left early in the morning Saturday, and that's kind of when DJ arrived, or DJ might have arrived a little bit before then, but they didn't really see each other. You got the feel this weekend for Cam Ward that he seemed to be the more coveted one. He seemed to be the one, at least that I feel that they want more. I've said this whole time that I thought it was going to be DJU, just because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of competition there. He's only visited Florida State so far while he's been in the portal going on 2 weeks now, where Cam Ward visited both Miami and Florida State this week. To dive more into Cam Ward, I think this recruitment is very close right now. I think both schools feel like they have a good shot, and both camps think they have a good shot at landing Cam Ward. And that's going to be the big domino that needs to fall to whether or not we know if we're getting DJU or we're getting him. Obviously, I think if Cam Ward wants to come, you take Cam Ward over DJU. As for DJU, you got the feel on the visit that if you want me, I'm here. He seemed to really like it. He loves his fit in the offense. He wouldn't have come if he didn't think that was the case, but I honestly kind of agree. It seems like a very good plug and play there for him. He had the same kind of multiple style, pro style offense at Oregon State, where Cam Ward didn't really have that. He loves the tradition and the passion of Florida State. He kept saying, oh, look at all the players that have come here and stuff like that. Like, Florida State speaks for itself just on how good they have been. And he even mentioned the 13-0 season. That is also something, not to keep flip-flopping back and forth, but that is also something Cam Ward talked about. He even told me when I talked to him after the visit on the phone that he feels like he could be the piece to show that Florida State should make the national championship, to show that Florida State could make the playoff, even though they got left out this year. Also, if you want to see more on that full interview, it is an exclusive over on the website right now with Cam Ward. Now to get into the new guys, the guys that we're looking forward to seeing coming soon. Now, just a reminder, we are in a dead period now. They can do phone calls, they can do Zoom calls with coaches, but they cannot have personal face-to-face contact. So that ends early January. We expect to have a big portal visit or host a bunch of portal guys on January 3rd once that period ends. Some of you may be thinking, well, isn't that when the portal window closes? Yes, that is to enter the portal. That is not to decide. You just have to enroll and take classes to decide. And to give you more dates, Florida State's spring classes start January 8th. So I would expect quick decisions after that string of visits and at the beginning of January. But to start, we got Jalen Lucas, Indiana running back. This is someone who is brothers with Ja'Kai Douglas, current Florida State wide receiver, and someone who almost came to Florida State his first go-around in his recruitment. I went to Edna Carr from his profile. I believe he was teammates with Florida State wide receiver Destin Hill, maybe Greedy Vance. I'm not sure. I don't think the years lined up there. At running back last year, he had 67 carries for 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. But I like him more as a specialist and punt returner. We are expecting to lose Keon Coleman, who's been very good in that spot. But Florida State also has not had a true punt returner this past year. They kind of threw Keon Coleman into that role. He thrived, but he had never done it before. This is someone who has proven to be good at that position, and I think would be a very good plug-and-play there. The other one is Georgia linebacker Jamin Dumas Johnson. He was a starter. This was a big one to enter the portal for them, and one that made people think, what's going on at Georgia? There might be problems. Either way, Florida State is very much involved here. I've been told he is very tight with Randy Shannon and Pat Surtain, both on the Florida State staff. His stats for this past year were 34 total tackles, 5.5 for loss, and 3.5 sacks. I do think an OV here is very likely. The other one we have is Joquavius Marks, running back from Mississippi State. He's already had an in-home visit. This one is one we expect to visit in early January, on January 3rd specifically. It seems like this is one I had on the watch list last week, and the traction had just gained throughout the weekend with an in-home visit and other things. Lastly, this is one I have not put on the watch list yet, so a little preview when I'm about to put it on there here in a little bit is Tulane wide receiver Chris Brazzell. He has had a little bit of contact with Florida State, according to Hayes Fawcett's post last night, where he put all the logos of all the teams he's been in contact with. His stats this past year at Tulane were 44 receptions, 711 yards, 5 touchdowns. That is just one to watch right now. We'll see if Florida State gains traction. All we know is there has been contact and there has been some interest. That's all we got for you right now. We look forward to some more news on targets. It won't be as much visits. If it is visits, they're coming after the dead period ends, but we might be able to find out about some Zoom or phone calls that happen down the way.